Hey guys, it's Madison, and today I'm going to be doing a quick little tag. It's 50 questions nobody ever asks tag, and I just kind of felt like doing one of these. I feel like I haven't done one of these in a long time, and it's been a long time since I sat down and kind of let you guys get to know me. And since we've recently hit 100 subscribers, yay, thank you. It was kind of a shock to me actually. I knew we were close, but my sister was like, hey, did you know you hit 100 subscribers? And I was like, no. And so yeah, it just made my day. So thank you for subscribing and for watching my face and listening to my lips speak words that don't make sense most of the time. But anyway, I thought since we have more of us here now, that I would sit down and let you guys kind of get to know me. This tag, I haven't actually seen this one before. Maybe it's out there and I just don't really watch very many of these, I don't know. But I will link down below the questions where I got them from. So the first question is, what's your favorite kind of candle scent? And honestly, anything coffee scented. I actually have a hazelnut candle, and I'm allergic to hazelnuts. What female celebrity do you wish was your sister? I would say either a YouTuber here on YouTube, obviously. Her name is Kaylin Nicholson, and she's just so motivational. Anytime I kind of need a kick in the butt to do stuff that I need to get done, I just watch one of her videos and I just feel instantly motivated. So probably her, because I would need to be motivated all the time. Or I'm watching Teen Wolf right now, so Holland Roden, because she's so gorgeous and I just love her acting and I love her personality and everything. Plus, she could introduce me to Dylan O'Brien and Tyler Posey, Cody Christian. I mean, it's got its perks there. What male celebrity do you wish was your brother? I would probably say Ashton Irwin, because he's so inspirational and just always so motivational. So yeah, I need a lot of motivation and inspiration in my life apparently. How old do you think you'll be when you get married? Well, I'm 20 now, so I'm hoping I'm not gonna be some kind of spinster lady, so probably 25 or 26. That's seems like a good age to get married, it's I still have a few years left of freedom, being single, or just not being married, because I think I'm too young, for me right now, I'm too young to get married. I can't imagine being married right now. But yeah, 25, 26, Do you know a hoarder? Other than myself? No, I'm just kidding. I'm not really a hoarder. I'm kind of a pack rat, but I'm not a hoarder. I can still make it to my bed most days. Can you do a split? Fuck no. I cannot do a split to save my life. How old were you when you learned to ride a bike? I was probably 8. Next question is, how many oceans have you swam in? I have only been, well, other than the Midwest, I've only been to Florida, so the Atlantic Ocean is the only ocean that I've ever swam in. How many countries have you been to? Again, I've only been in the Midwest and Florida, so I've only been in the USA. Is anybody in your family in the Army? No, not that I'm aware of. What would you name your daughter if you had one? Well, I've actually thought about this. I love the name Olivia Monroe. I've already picked that one out. And I guess or the other name that I really like is Lydia. I just love that name. I've always loved that name. What would you name your son if you had one? I haven't actually really thought about what I would name a boy, so I'm kind of screwed if I ever have one of those. I don't know, I really like the name Alexander, or Alex for short. So probably that, I don't know. I'm not very creative with boy names. What's the worst grade you've gotten on a test? I think I got an F on a pop quiz one time in 6th grade. And I got a D, I know for sure. And it wasn't really a test, it was just kind of a massive assignment that we had to do. And the reason that I got a D was because you had to basically draw a map of how your route from your house to your school. And I messed up the directions. I'm terrible at directions, just awful. So everything else on my map was thrown off because of the directions. So that's why I got a D. So if you're ever planning a road trip and you want to take me along, and don't make me be the map person or anything, because no, we will wind up somewhere completely different. What was your favorite TV show when you were a child? I really enjoyed SpongeBob SquarePants. When I was really little, I liked Barney. But when I got older, SpongeBob SquarePants. What did you dress up as on Halloween when you were 8? I believe I was a butterfly. I'm not quite sure about that, but I think I might have been a butterfly. Have you read any of the Harry Potter, Hunger Games, or Twilight series? I've read both the Hunger Games and the Twilight series. The Twilight series, and well, actually I think both of those series I've read multiple times. Harry Potter I've never read. I've tried to get into it and I couldn't, but I probably could now that I'm older. Would you rather have an American accent or a British accent? I kind of, like, I like the British accent, but I think I would rather have an American accent, so good thing I'm American. Did your mother go to college? My mom did for a while and then she stopped going. I think she took a few classes. I think she just took a few classes. So yeah. Are your grandparents still married? My grandmother actually passed away about 3 years ago, but they were up until she died. Have you ever taken karate lessons? No, I have not. This is kind of a weird question, but do you know who Kermit the Frog is? Yes. I know who Kermit the Frog is. What was the first amusement park that you've been to? The first one that I went to was Adventureland in, I believe, Iowa. And I went there with my orchestra class. We had like a concert thing that we had there. What language besides your native language would you like to be fluent in? I've always loved the French language, so I would love to speak French. Do you spell the color gray as like with an E or an A? And I think I actually spell it both ways. I am kind of Switzerland on this one. I do both. Is your father bald? I don't talk to my dad, but I like still see stuff like, you know, about him or whatever. And he's getting there. Do you know any triplets? I do not personally know any triplets. Do you prefer Titanic or The Notebook? Now, I kind of have an unpopular opinion here. I do not care for The Notebook at all. Like, I just think it's kind of like overrated. And like, it was good like the first few times I watched it, but I just don't love it. So I definitely prefer the Titanic. Actually, when I was like 2 years old, I basically had the whole thing like memorized. Like, my grandpa says that I would sit there and watch the movie and just say the lines like as the character, like the actors said them. Have you ever had Indian food? I have, and I must say it's not my favorite. I mean, I've only had it like in like local restaurants and stuff, so maybe if I had like real Indian food, it would be, you know what I mean, it would be better. I don't know. What is the name of your favorite restaurant? My favorite restaurant is Red Lobster. I just freaking love that place. Have you ever been to Olive Garden? I think I have. It's been a long time if I have been. Do you belong to any warehouse stores? I don't really know what this means. As far as I'm concerned, most people don't belong to a store. But no, I don't in any way. What would your parents have named you if you were the opposite gender? My parents would have named me Michael Grant. Michael was my father's name. So, but they said they would have named me Michael Grant, and I heard that when I was like very young, and I was like, why would you ever name me that? I'm so glad I'm a girl. That is a dumb name. I just really didn't like it, and I think part of it was probably because the first name was like my dad's name, so I would have been named after him. Ugh. If you have a nickname, what is it? My nickname that I go by is just Maddie, you know, typical. Who is your favorite person in the world? If we're talking about like the real world, my mom and my sister. I can't pick one, they're just equal to me. I love them both. They're my favorite people in the world. If we're talking about a fictional world, Stiles Stilinski from Teen Wolf, favorite person. Fictional world, hands down. Would you rather live in a rural area or the suburbs? And I would most definitely rather live in the suburbs. I'm kind of like, I wasn't like raised in like a big city or anything, but I definitely enjoy the like city vibes a lot more than like the country. Plus, like, you know, animals like to roam the country, and I don't like, I mean, I like animals, but I don't like them, you know, being near my house or like, yeah. Can you whistle? I cannot whistle. I've tried to master the art of whistling for years and I never could, so no. Do you sleep with a nightlight? I do not sleep with a nightlight. Do you eat breakfast every morning? I don't eat breakfast every morning because I am a terrible person and I should, but I don't, so. Do you take any pills or medication daily? I don't take any pills or medication daily, no. What medical conditions do you have? As far as I'm aware, I don't have any medical conditions, so yay. How many times have you been to the hospital? For myself, I have been to the hospital, you know, when I was born, and also like a few years ago, I had to get stitches in my upper lip, and so those are the only times that I've been to the hospital. Have you ever seen Finding Nemo? I would like to know if, like, you haven't seen Finding Nemo, what are you doing with your life? Like, really? Of course I've seen Finding Nemo. Where do you buy your jeans? I actually don't wear jeans. I prefer to wear like jeans. I just think they're really comfortable. So I get those at Walmart. So yeah, I just prefer those. They're a lot more comfortable and easier to get on than like, because I would want to wear skinny jeans, but skinny jeans are really hard to get on. What's the last compliment that you got? Recently I got my bangs trimmed, so they're like straight across now. Obviously you can see that. So I've been getting a lot of compliments on my bangs lately, actually. Do you usually remember your dreams in the morning? No, I don't. I very rarely remember my dreams in the morning. Unless it's like a nightmare and I wake up in the middle of the night, I remember that. And then I'll remember it in the morning. But like, I don't remember them in the morning. I usually remember them like halfway throughout the day, and I'll just be like, oh my gosh, I need to tell somebody about that dream because it was really weird. What flavor tea do you enjoy? I do not enjoy tea at all. I think it tastes like dirty water most of the time. I'm not a fan of it, so I don't like any tea. I'm more of a coffee kind of gal. How many pairs of shoes do you currently own? I have a pair of work shoes. I have 2 pairs of boots, 1 pair of Converse, 1 pair of sandals. What religion will you raise your children to practice? I am a Christian, so I will raise my children to be Christian. How old were you when you found out Santa wasn't real? This is so embarrassing. I can't believe I'm actually gonna tell you this, but I was in 5th grade when I found out that Santa wasn't real, so I was like 11 years old, and the way that I found out was like just so embarrassing. So, my friend and I, we were at recess, and I was like, oh, like we were talking about Santa for some reason, and if he was real or not. She was like, he's not real. And I was like, no, he is. So we decided to go around the whole playground and ask everybody, like take a poll if Santa was real or not. And she won. That like most kids at the age of 11 realize that Santa's, not real. Me, not so much. And then I went home and I asked my mom, I was like, hey, is Santa real? And my mom was like, no, he's not. And, don't tell your sister, because like my sister is like 4 years younger than me, and she didn't know, but I really think she did. And the last question is, why do you have a Tumblr? I have a Tumblr because I like to look at like the photography and like the poetry and the quotes on it. So that is why I have it. And also, if you want to follow me on Tumblr or Instagram or Twitter, they're all in the link below. They're all linked down below. You can check them out. Follow me on there. Alright, so that is the end of this video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe so you can see new videos from me every week. And also, I want to know if you had the choice of who your celebrity brother or sister would be. I want to know both. Tell me down below who you would want them to be. Alright, thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I love you guys. Bye!